Thought and character. The aphorism, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he," not only embraces the whole of a man's being, but is so comprehensive as to reach out to every condition and circumstance of his life. A man is literally what he thinks, his character being the complete sum of all his thoughts. As the plant springs from, and could not be without, the seed, so every act of a man springs from the hidden seeds of thought, and could not have appeared without them. This applies equally to those acts called spontaneous and unpremeditated as to those which are deliberately executed. Act is the blossom of thought, and joy and suffering are its fruits. Thus does a man garner in the sweet and bitter fruitage of his own husbandry. Thought in the mind hath made us what we are. By thought was wrought and built. If a man's mind hath evil thoughts, pain comes on him as comes the wheel the ox behind, if one endure. In purity of thought, joy follows him, as his own shadow, sure. Man is a growth by law, and not a creation by artifice, and cause and effect is as absolute and undeviating in the hidden realm of thought, as in the world of visible and material things. A noble and godlike character is not a thing of favor or chance, but is the natural result of continued effort in right thinking. An ignoble and bestial character, by the same process, is the result of the continued harboring of groveling thoughts. Man is made or unmade by himself. In the armory of thought, he forges the weapons by which he destroys himself. He also fashions the tools with which he builds for himself heavenly mansions of joy and strength and peace. By the right choice and true application of thought, man ascends to the divine perfection. By the abuse and wrong application of thought, he descends below the level of the beast. Between these two extremes are all the grades of character, and man is their maker and master. Of all the beautiful truths pertaining to the soul, none is more gladdening than this: that man is the master of thought, the molder of character, and the maker and shaper of condition, environment, and destiny. Man is always the master, even in his weaker state, but in ignorance he misgoverns his life. When he begins to understand the laws of thought, he becomes wise and begins to shape his life intelligently. Only by searching within himself can man discover truth. Only by watching and controlling his thoughts can he understand himself. The mind is like a garden. If no useful seeds are planted, weeds will grow instead. In the same way, if a man does not cultivate positive thoughts, negative thoughts will dominate him. A man becomes the gardener of his own mind. By removing wrong thoughts and cultivating right ones, he eventually discovers that he is the master of his life. Thought and character are one. Circumstances reflect inner states. A man's life is always in harmony with his inner thoughts. Every man is where he is because of the thoughts he has built into his character. As he thinks, so he becomes. As he continues to think, so he remains. A man cannot escape consequences of his thinking. Circumstances are not accidents, but results of law. When a man changes his thoughts, his circumstances begin to change as well. Suffering and happiness are both results of thought. A man attracts not what he wants, but what he is. Thoughts of fear, doubt, and weakness produce weak circumstances. Thoughts of courage and strength produce success and freedom. Men are often slaves to their thoughts, but when they understand this law, they become free. Circumstances do not make the man, they reveal him. Suffering is the result of wrong thinking. A man is never punished for his sin, he is punished by it. Good thoughts always produce good results. Bad thoughts always produce bad results. The universe is governed by law, not chance. Health is also influenced by thought. A healthy mind creates a healthy body. A diseased mind creates a sick body. Fear destroys the body. Joy strengthens it. A man's face reflects his inner thoughts. Serenity is the result of self-control. A calm man understands life, and therefore is not disturbed by it. He who controls his thoughts controls his destiny. Peace is power. Right thinking is mastery. Thought and purpose. Until thought is linked with purpose, there is no intelligent accomplishment. With the majority, the bark of thought is allowed to drift upon the ocean of life. Aimlessness is a vice, and such drifting must not continue for him who would avoid failure. Those who have no central purpose in life fall easy prey to worry, fear, and self-pity. These are signs of weakness which lead to failure. A man should set a clear purpose in his heart and focus his thoughts on it. This purpose may be spiritual or material, but it must be definite. Without purpose, the mind becomes scattered. Even if a man fails repeatedly, the strength gained from effort is success in itself. To put away aimlessness and begin to think with purpose is to enter the ranks of the strong. Doubt and fear must be removed. They destroy progress and break concentration. The will to act comes from the belief that we can act. Without belief, there is no power. He who has conquered doubt has conquered failure. The thought factor in achievement. All that a man achieves or fails to achieve is the result of his own thoughts. A man is responsible for his own character, condition, and destiny. Weakness and strength come from within, not from outside. A strong man cannot help a weak man unless the weak man is willing to change himself. Oppressor and oppressed are both responsible for their condition. A man rises only by lifting his thoughts. To succeed in any area, a man must sacrifice lower desires. No one becomes great without effort and discipline. The mind and achievement. All achievements are the result of directed thought. Intellectual and spiritual success come from focused thinking. Greatness requires sacrifice. A man rises or falls according to the quality of his thoughts. Visions and ideals. Dreamers shape the world. Every great achievement begins as a vision. What a man dreams and believes, he becomes. The mind creates the future before it becomes reality. A man's environment reflects his inner vision. If he changes his thoughts, his world changes. Success is the realization of a vision. Every ideal eventually becomes reality if it is pursued. Serenity. Calmness is a result of wisdom. A calm man understands cause and effect. The more a man understands himself, the more peaceful he becomes. Self-control leads to peace. A calm mind is stronger than chaos. A serene person is respected and trusted. Peace of mind is greater than wealth. True happiness comes from inner balance. Peace is the result of mastery over thought. Control your thoughts, and you control your life. Say to your mind, peace, be still.